welcome, I am Zombie Kitty and welcome to, I guess, a vlog video introduction to what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the month. So the past week has been the official FNAF celebrations. We did do a vlog a while back to do with the schedule and stuff, and I just thought to kind of ease us into the rest of this month on my channel, I thought it'd just be fun to do a video talking about what's happened the past week. Now, bearing in mind that I'm recording this at the point where not everything has been released yet. I'm recording this on the 6th, but tomorrow's one is something that I already know what it looks like, and then on the 8th is actually when I'm starting my month. So I was like, okay, I feel like this is the best time as any to kind of talk about things. I have opinions on what has been released, so yeah, I just thought we'd just talk about it really. Okay, so the first three things I actually don't have much to say on. So 1st of August was the new Pop Goes game was fully released. I don't have an opinion on this, I don't follow this franchise, so it looked really adorable. It looked like a little Tamagotchi kind of game. It looked quite cute, and I watched a bit of Dorco's video on this and it just didn't really interest me, but it looks really adorable and I like the design of Pop Goes. I think he's really cute, but I don't really have much of an opinion on that one. 2nd of August I have the copy of the schedule down on my desk. So 2nd of August was the Joy of Creation remake, the demo. So again, I haven't actually played Joy of Creation before. I kind of know what the concept is, and again, I really like the designs of the animatronics in this game. But again, I don't really have an opinion on it yet. I haven't actually had time to watch Dorco's video on this. I'm really prepared, guys, okay? But yeah, I really like the design of the animatronics in Joy of Creation. I think it looks really cool. And from what I've heard positive things, so I'm quite excited. I do want to play it on the channel at some point, but I just need to get around to it essentially. So I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe for October. Maybe for Halloween. That'll be fun. And then the 3rd of August had the release of the free interactive novel VIP. Now, I'm still currently going through this, so again, I'm not actually going to say too much on this, but also I don't want to spoil any lore that it has, and it definitely has lore, so I don't want to spoil that. But if you don't know what an interactive novel means, I think I've explained this before, but I can't remember. It's essentially like choose your own adventure kind of thing. So you'll get to a certain point in the book, and at the bottom it will say, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? So for example, I don't know, Timmy walks down the end of the hallway, and then it will just go at the bottom, do you want Timmy to turn left? Turn to page 50. Do you want Timmy to turn right? Turn to page 14. And it's that kind of thing. It's really interesting so far though. I'm really enjoying it. I know it's just going to take me ages to get through, because there seems to be a lot of endings and a lot of things going on, so but I'm really enjoying it at the moment. But that's free on I used Amazon, so I wasn't really sure how to get it, so I was like, I have an iPhone and how am I going to be able to read this? But the Amazon like Kindle app is available on iPhone and stuff like that, and you can even read it on the Amazon website. So I don't think there's any other UK sites that are doing this ebook as well, so Amazon was the only option. But so far I'm really enjoying it. So these are the next interesting ones. So the 4th of August was Dorco's 2nd interview with Scott Coffin. So the last time he did an interview was when he beat 50/20 mode in Ultimate Custom Night all the way back in 2018. I've been really looking forward to this. I think this is, out of everything in the past week, this is what I've been looking forward to the most. And it was very interesting. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's an hour long, and I want, like, if you guys still haven't watched it but want to go off and watch it, I don't really want to spoil too much of what they talk about. But a couple of things I want to mention that I think were interesting. Scott actually really likes the character of Vanny and wants to utilise her more in more games, which I'm happy about because I like Vanny. Security Breach, and this did make a lot of sense to me. Security Breach, the main game, actually had a lot of miscommunication when developing, and apparently the original idea was to have sort of hints and stuff along the way, but still had it in their head that, oh, we've got to make up the story as it goes along. So there was a lot of miscommunication with what Scott wanted and what Stillwall thought he wanted, which makes a lot of sense with how the main game came out. You know, we have played it on the channel. You've seen my frustration with all the glitches and my confusion and stuff, so it makes a lot of sense actually. I hope at some point they get to have another try at it, because what we could have got, and I think I've mentioned this before, what we could have got would have been really interesting and really cool. But yeah. Lastly, I want to talk about something that Dorco asked Scott. So he asked him about the FNAF 4 box. So you get this, I think it's in one of the endings, I can't quite remember. And the FNAF 4 box is like one of FNAF's biggest mysteries. Like, we were supposed to find out what was in it at some point, and that never happened, it never got answered. So Dorco asked about it, and essentially he said that it was supposed to lead on to something, but other ideas got in the way, and then the story went in a different direction. And now Scott has forgotten what was supposed to be in the box. Which, I mean, I was watching the live chat when he said that, and a lot of people were like, what do you mean you forgot? How did you forget? Guys, FNAF 4 came out 9 years ago. It was a long time ago that it came out. So I kind of do understand him forgetting, you know, when he's got to move on to do so many different things to do with FNAF. You probably are going to forget something like that. So I don't really blame him on that one. But for me, I was just like, okay. But then again, for me, like, the box didn't really bother me. Like, the mystery about the box, it was something I kind of just forgot about, so it didn't really bother me too much. But I wanted to sort of comment on that one as well. Okay, so the next one was the mystery collab announcement. So this was, at the time of recording, this was yesterday. If you were on Twitter on the 5th, oh boy. So yeah, so this was a mystery one. There were quite a few guesses to what it could be, and I think it was about 7 or 8 hours before the actual announcement was made. The FNAF updates on the FNAF 10th anniversary account ended up saying, you know, look out for a particular someone's account today, like keep an eye on that. 7 hours later, the announcement was made. So so there was a lot of guesses. A lot of people really thought it was going to be Fortnite. And for me, that made sense because Fortnite at this point owns every IP. It made sense. Some people were saying there was a game called Stumble Guys, which is, I don't know, another version of Fall Guys or something. I don't really know about that one, but I was like, I don't think so. And then Cloak, the Markiplier's clothing brand, decided that they were going to say, oh yeah, by the way, we put up a countdown on our website for a FNAF drop. And everyone started going, wait, is that the announcement? Really? You've collaborated with them before, it's not that big of a deal. Also, my focus is going mad, it's getting excited as well. But I was really like, if it is that one, I'm going to be so underwhelmed because I am very aware of what I'm wearing. But it's only because Cloak have done like 3 or 4 FNAF drops by this point. Like, if that was the mystery collab, that's not really a mystery. Hex at one point tweeted out saying it's not us, don't worry. And then Cloak did eventually tweet and say, it's not us. Like, we've just dropped that countdown at the wrong time. It was bad timing on our part. So what was the collab 7 hours later? And a couple of my friends did guess this. We're getting a Dead by Daylight collab, which I think is perfect. I think that will work. I've played Dead by Daylight once or twice. I do have a copy of it, but I didn't really understand it at the time. I also didn't have any friends to play it with at the time, so I kind of just abandoned it. But this will make me want to come back to it. So the collab releases in the summer next year, and nothing else has been announced yet, like no skins or characters or anything like that have been announced. It was purely just, yes, this has been confirmed. And I think this has been in demand for years. Like, I remember people making fan concepts of like, oh, Springtrap is the killer, and then you're playing the Night Guard as a survivor and stuff like that, and you got Fazbear Fright's location. So this has kind of been in demand for quite a long time. So yeah, I think a lot of people are really happy about that one, and it makes a lot of sense for that to be the collab. I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to be Dead by Daylight just because they've just announced their Castlevania collab. So a lot of people are like, well, it's not going to be FNAF because they've just done one, they've just announced one. But and yet, so that was quite exciting. But yeah, my friend's group chat was a bit chaotic last night. And then the one that's literally just got announced about 10 minutes before I started recording is The Secrets of the Mimic. This is the next Stillwall Games, and it looks really, really cool. It's not much at the moment. It is literally the puppet, the marionette music box plays, and we see a steampunky looking puppet box and a very unique, interesting version of the puppet peeking out. And again, that's coming out next year as well. I'm really looking forward to that just because I've said before when playing Ruin that I like this direction of FNAF where it's like multimedia, where some information isn't going to be in the games, it's going to be in the books and vice versa. However, I am actually really excited that the Mimic is going to be featured more in the games, because obviously that feels like the next story that FNAF is doing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and it also means that if people don't want to read the novels now, they do have the option to play this game if it does reveal more. One interesting thing to note as well is that during the trailer a date did pop up, which is 1979, and that's before the Bite of 83 and the Bite of 87 and all that lot, so I think we're going like right back to the beginning, which will be really, really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've just finished reading the story The Mimic, and I think that's set around a similar time frame, because I think The Mimic is supposed to be like before everything that happened. So I'm quite excited for it. I'm quite looking forward to it. So tomorrow, I already know about this, but tomorrow sees the demo of 5 laps at Freddys release. I will be doing a video on that. I think that's next week that's happening. And yes, I did say laps because this is a FNAF themed racing game, or a kart racer. It looks really, really cute. It looks really cute, and it reminds me a lot of like Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart and that kind of thing, which is what I was kind of hoping for. The art is very, very, very reminiscent of like FNAF World, which I really like. I like the sort of chibi style characters. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they have like a multiplayer or an online play. I don't think the demo will, but we'll see. But I hope so once the game actually gets released. And then last but not least on the schedule, Into the Pit, which releases today. Well, at the time of uploading. I also wanted to release this video because I don't know what time Into the Pit game is actually releasing. Some people made predictions that it might release in the evening, in which case chances are you might get 2 videos tomorrow. I don't know. So we'll see. But I just thought, well, if that is the case, then at least you'll have this video for the 8th. So yeah, the last thing I want to talk about is actually the film updates. So at the same time that we've been getting all the announcements, all the scheduled announcements and stuff, the FNAF 10th anniversary account has also been sharing FNAF the movie 2 film updates. So I'll put these pictures up as I talk about them. So the first one is just of a endoskeleton ribcage. A lot of people said this might be Endo 2. I think it could be any endoskeleton, but maybe Endo 2, which would be pretty cool. I think that was the one that was in FNAF 2. We are going to go back to FNAF 2, don't worry. But I think that's the one from FNAF 2, which is, it looks really, really good so far. Like, the endoskeleton is pretty accurate again to the games, and once again this is Jim Henson Creature Shop who are doing the animatronics and the characters. So I have complete trust that they'll actually get this right and get this accurate. Toy Bonnie's been confirmed! Yay! So we kind of already figured that the toy animatronics were going to be in this, but the fact that they've actually now been 100% confirmed, I'm really excited. I'm so excited to see what that's going to look like in the film. And yeah, these are Toy Bonnie's eyes. And moving on to the next toy animatronic, Toy Chica. Now, I saw this image originally and thought it was a Biddy Bab from Sister Location. So it's not, it's actually Toy Chica without her beak. So that is definitely going to be a thing that's going to be seen in the film, which is going to be terrifying. So Toy Bonnie once again is featured in the next image. So you can sort of see on the right the actual head of Toy Bonnie. And then lastly, I actually originally thought this was the crane or the puppetry crane for Mangle, in the same way that Foxy used a puppetry crane. But actually there are feet, there are legs at the bottom of the picture, so this is an endoskeleton. And one of my friends has also pointed out that one of the people working on the animatronic skeleton has written W Bonnie on a part of it. But this is Withered Bonnie's endoskeleton, essentially, if that is the case. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think I have heard Blumhouse say that they're probably gonna, instead of recreating the withered animatronics from the games, all they're gonna do is actually wither down the animatronics that they made for the first film. Which I know fans are going to be a bit upset by that, but on a filming perspective, on a budget scale, that does make more sense to me that they'll do that instead of opting for a completely new costume, a completely new animatronic design when you already have the original 4 there. It does make a lot more sense to me to do that, but we'll see what happens. But I just thought I'd start off this month with just a vlog on everything that's been happening in the past week. So now that the official FNAF 10th anniversary celebrations are done, Scott Games is done with the celebrations, it's my turn. So I've already put up a community post about this, but videos are now going to be every 2 days instead of 3 days. So, or every day, every 1 day instead of every 2 days. I don't really understand how it works, but shush. At this time of recording, I've recorded most of the videos. There's a couple I'm still waiting for because they've got to actually be released. So, yeah. Welcome to my FNAF 10th anniversary celebrations.